this is Julissa. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much to everybody who's listening right now in the podcast. It is Friday, May 2nd, 2025. I wanted to come here give you breaking news, and this is regarding, I believe it was in 2003, the kidnapping of Elizabeth Smart. But thanks be to God, we all know it by now, I guess. She was found safe. And I'm going to tell you something that's happening right now, something that happened earlier today regarding one of her kidnappers, okay? Before I continue, of course, I want to say thank you so much to everybody who's listening using Spotify. Don't forget to follow me there. And thank you so much to everybody who's also listening using Pandora Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. And of course, thank you so much to everybody who's watching this video right now on YouTube. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. But I wanted to come and share this story because I think Elizabeth Smart, I remember sharing her story and praying for her safe recovery. But what happened today was that one of her kidnappers was arrested today. If you guys don't remember, Elizabeth Smart went missing in, I believe it was in 2003. And she was found living with a couple that kidnapped her. Especially the guy was the one who did some work in her family's house, and he actually went during the overnight hours and took Elizabeth straight from her bedroom, and kidnapped her for a couple months. I don't know if it was 6 months, and then she was found alive. Thanks be to God for that. So right now, the woman, one of her kidnappers, the woman was arrested. Let me tell you exactly what's going on. Elizabeth Smart kidnapper Wanda Barcy was back behind bars for a brief moment because she was arrested in Utah for allegedly violating the conditions of her supervised release. Police in Salt Lake City, Utah said Wanda was arrested Thursday, so it happened yesterday. Thursday, after detectives discovered she allegedly visited at least 2 public parks in town. The issue was that Wanda is a registered offender. You guys know what type of offender I'm referring to. And she's a registered offender in Utah, and going to a public park is a big no-no for her. So that's what happened. We all know that when they created this registry where you can search even people in your town, right? They have, they might be released, but they have to register, and they have, I believe they have, like it says here, supervised release. So they're being tracked. All their moves are being, are being monitored. So when they step out of line, the whole purpose of them being monitored is so that they can say, you're violating the order, so you gotta go back to jail. So basically that's what happened to Wanda here. So cops say she went to Liberty Park and Sugar House Park, and she was booked into the Salt Lake County Metro Jail on one count of violating Utah's law restricting offenders from entering protected areas, including public parts. Okay, this is a very big deal because that's the whole reason they created that registry, so they can keep track of people who are offenders and who need this type of supervision, because just because they're done with their jail time, there's still like a whole process that they have to go through. So she was the one, so Wanda Barcy is her name. She was the one who helped, kidnap 14-year-old Elizabeth Smart in 2002. I believe it was late 2002, and then she was found in 2003. And when they did the trial for Wanda and Brian David Mitchell, which is the man, she stood by him, and then she pled guilty to helping the kidnapping. one that was released from Utah State Prison in September 2019 after 15 years behind bars. Meanwhile, Mitchell is serving a life sentence in Arizona. Okay, so right now Wanda is out of custody, having been released on judicial orders. So I'm glad that they're keeping track of her, because one thing we know is with this type of people, I'm not saying that people don't recover from something evil that they have done, meaning like they want to change their life around and start brand new, especially after serving time, right? It's just that that's why they keep monitoring this type of people, because they can become repeat offenders, right? So I'm so glad that they were able to monitor that the system is working well, right? At least, in her case. And they were able to track her down and put her in jail immediately, right? I know she's released now, and I know, she's released, but it tells you that the system that is in place is working, because it was able to alert the police that she was out. She visited 2 parks, right? And she was immediately booked into the jail. So let me just tell you something regarding Elizabeth Smart, right? It's so crazy how things work, because earlier today, okay, I found out right here on YouTube, I found out that America Most Wanted they're doing new shows about like John Walsh, the host of America Most Wanted, that TV show, right? They're kind of like redoing the show once again. Now he has his other son there, right? And I was thinking to myself, oh my goodness, that used to be one of my favorite shows. And I found it on YouTube, and I watched like 2 episodes of it. And oddly enough, when there was also kind of like a branch of America Most Wanted show, and it's called Missing Persons, and I happened to click on that. That was the second episode that I watched. And the whole thing about missing people from within the America Most Wanted TV show is that they had Elizabeth Smart there, and it was just so it was so good to see her after so many years. I'm telling you guys, I follow her case, and I remember praying for her safe recovery, and to see her kind of like, I know she has children now, she's a wife and everything, all grown up, and basically continuing this new calling that she has found in her life of helping to find missing children. It was just so great to see her. And I every time that she will be talking on this America Most Wanted TV show now, that I think it was uploaded like 2 days ago on YouTube, right? You can go ahead and watch it, you can see her. And I was just thinking, it brought me back so many memories to like 2003. I remember going to it was so crazy because I followed that case so much, and I remember praying for her, like I said. And I remember specifically the day that she was found, because it was like in the afternoon, and I remember going to the cafeteria. I was in college, and I remember I was like, guys, I went in for my friends in the cafeteria. I said, you guys cannot believe what happened. They found Elizabeth Smart. And I remember their reaction was just so crazy. They're like, what? And I said, she's alive and she's well, and it's crazy. I'm so happy. And I will never forget that moment when I shared that. I'm like, they found Elizabeth Smart and she's safe. And it was just so great that day. I will never forget. And it's so crazy how sometimes, even though like, we don't know who they are, nothing like personally, we're not, they're not in our neighborhoods and things like that, but that's how great it is to pray for people even though you're not really connected. Meaning like sometimes we live in this bubble type of life that we're like, we only pray for what is in our immediate circle. And we're called to pray for people. We're called to have compassion for people. And that's why I was so touched and so happy when I found out that Elizabeth Smart was found safe back in 2003. And then today, like I said, earlier today, I'm watching this revamp of American Most Wanted show, and there she is, all grown up and like talking about and helping finding missing children. And it was just so great to see her. Like I said, it brought me so many memories. And then later today, I see that she's back in the news, and she's trending because one of her kidnappers, Wanda, like I just read to you guys, was arrested because she visited 2 parks and she was not allowed to do that. So it was just so crazy. Sometimes you think of somebody, you see something about them, and you're like, oh yeah, I remember this person, I haven't seen them in a while. And like it's like within the same day you get to see them or hear an update about their life. It's so crazy. But let me know, guys, what you think about this. And thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening in the podcast. Have a good day, everybody. God bless. Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a good day, everybody. God bless.